Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away, and today I'm going to be doing pack 2 of the Fanhome release of Build the John Wick Mustang. So we're doing 3 stages today, but I thought we haven't seen this for some time, so I'm going to show you what we did in the last pack. So we've got the bonnet here, where we started putting the, I believe, some indicator lights in there, looking just like that. We also did one of the wheels as well, so that is looking like that there. Now before we get cracking on this, we did get some prints, quite big as well, as you can see here. Let's open these up and have a look at them. This is the first one that we've got here, looking just like that. And then second one here, not bad, huh? And then the third one we get looks just like that. So that's one of the freebies that we get at this time. Obviously that may change in the future, but if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. There's also that QR code on the screen. I haven't actually looked at what we've got in here, so I don't know what we're doing today. We're going to find out together. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So here is the Stage 3 magazine, and as you can see, here's the instructions. And we are going to be doing the grille. Loads of little pieces here, putting this into place, putting the emblem in, then putting this into the front. So at the end, it's going to look just like that. Here's the rest of the magazine. Now I have already opened this up, and the first thing we're going to need is the grille looking like that. And I'm more interested in just this side here, because what I want to do is put a reflector in here. Now this is an R2 reflector. It can only go in one way because we have got a little notch at the bottom there, and that's going to match the notch in the inside. So when we've got that in, it should fit really flush in there, just like that. I'm going to be screwing that in from the other side with some little screws, and these are D screws. I've got them here. So just get them lined up and screw these in. Now, you know you've got these in the right way, because if you can't get a screw in these, you've got them in the wrong way. Once one's in there, I'm just going to be taking the smaller of the lenses. There's 2 sets of lenses here. There is a notch in this as well. Matched it up with the notch on the headlight. And once we've got that into place, push that into position. So that looks just like that. Do the same with the other side. This one's labelled L2. And again, line up that notch. Use D screws to get these in. One there. Already loaded these up, as you can see. And oh, where's my other one? One on the other side here. Once again, push the lens in. Again, you need to make sure that we've got the tab exactly in the right place. And then that will make those headlights nice and straight. So this is the Mustang emblem there. It's just going to go onto this position here. It can only go on one way because it has got locating lugs in it, just like that. You know, I did expect that to be held in with something, but it's not. It's just actually just pushed in like that. I can put that to one side. Now I've got a lovely big metal part here. We're going to pretty much do exactly the same thing we just done with the larger reflectors here. So once again, I want to take R1, and that's going to be going in this side here. Turn it over, and then once again, D screws to hold that reflector into place. Excellent. And then just do the same on the other side. Again, because of the location of that tab on the back, it will only let you put them in one way. And then once again, I've got these larger lenses now to put over the top. One there. And one on that side. So that's how that's looking. I've got this chrome surround to go in. Now this is just going to be going, got some lugs around here into the holes we've got on this metal section. Just push that into place. So now that is how that's looking. Then I'm in a position to put the grille that we created right at the start into place. That's just going to go on top here like this. And that's held in with some E screws. So there's 4 screws to put in, 2 at the bottom. We just got 2 at the top. Looking pretty impressive at the moment, huh? Now we do have one other item, but we're not actually using it in this stage, and that is the number plate here. So we need to keep that safe, but that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, in stage 4, here's the magazine, looking just like this. And we are now going to be starting the engine by the look of it. How cool is this? Putting this together just like that. So that's how it's looking, putting the oil cap on. And I think, you know what, there wasn't a lot to do in that one, so I'm going to bundle that with the last stage as well, which is stage 5. I'm guessing we're going to continue on that engine, although I haven't looked at this. Let's see if I get proven wrong. No, we are continuing the engine just here. So we will put those 2 engine parts together just like that. So this is the rest of the magazine. Okay, so here we go. Here is stage 4, looking like that. And this engine block here is metal, just so you know. We've got a little side to put in, which is going to go down the side with a slot in it this way round. So this is just slotting in like that. And to keep that into place, I've got the cylinder head cover on, which is going to go on probably best on the camera, top camera, this way round, just on top here. And that's going to hold that side piece into place. And then to keep all of this into place, I'm going to be screwing this in from the underside here with C screws. So they're going down these holes here. One here. And one the other side. I've got a valve cover breather to put into place. That looks just like this. That's just going to go into the top of that cylinder head here. Excellent. Then I've got the oil cap to put on. And that's what that looks like. And then finally, I've got a little sticker here, which is the engine badge. I'm going to take this off with my tweezers. And once I've got this on, I want to show you how much detail there actually is just in this little engine tab here, because it is really detailed. Perfect. Now, hopefully, it'll focus on it. Look, check that out. That's mad. But that's all there is to do in that stage. So you've guessed it, in the last stage now, it's pretty similar to what we've done, but this time now the bags have turned, or the boxes have turned into bags, but very similar to what we did, apart from that little breather filter we put in. So that's just going down the slot there. Then I'm putting the cylinder head on top this way around here. That's going to keep that into place. Turn it upside down, and I've got 2 of these. They E screws? C screws. They're C screws. 2 C screws just to put in here. That's going to hold that into place. And the last thing we've got is this little dipstick here, which is going to be going into the space just here. That is perfect. And with those 2 done, that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. It is funny, those 3 stages there has actually taken me 2 hours. And the reason it's taken 2 hours is not because I had problems building it, it's because I haven't seen my son since my birthday. So he came round and I had to edit the hour and a half of chatting that I was doing in the house, forgetting I'd left everything on. So that was quite a fun build. But quick build, very detailed. Obviously, you saw this car in the first video of what I actually filmed when I was in Barcelona. If you haven't seen that video, it's up there. And you can get this for yourself if you want to. I have put a link in the video description, and there's also that QR code on the screen. But I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.